So I've never seen the governor's mansion in New York State, so here I am. You can see they got a lot of cameras covering out front. Oh geez, look at, I wonder if you can walk in. Oh no, you can't. Oh, I thought it was open. So there's the cameras, and here is the mansion. I wonder, oops, sorry. I wonder what year it was built. There should be a sign outside here saying something. There's nothing out here saying anything about it. Guess I'd have to look up online. Well, that's as much as you can see. You probably already know who I am and what I'm doing. Okay, so that's it. I can't really see anymore. I thought this was going to be like really, really large and palatial. Oh, I can see there's a thing that beeps if I go too close to the gate. So, I'm just going to go in here where they have some pretty little mums planted on an old stone wall. Oh yeah, it's kind of nicely landscaped, I can see. It looks nicely landscaped. But again, you can't see very much of it. I don't know why. It's got a couple of, well, it's got a few fireplaces or something. So, I mean, I guess there's not really too much to see. Yeah. Boy, they really... This is just a whole bunch of cedar bushes. I've never been to see where the governor is, you know, whoever that may be. And big race coming up now. We're hoping that Zeldin gets in. Because Kathy Hochul's just... I don't think Democrats or Republicans like Kathy Hochul. Oh, here you can see more of it. That's pretty. They got hanging baskets on the porch. And there's roses in the front. The roses that are still, the last rose of summer is still lingering there. Pretty, isn't it? Oh, that's making for a pretty picture right there. See? Isn't that pretty? There's the New York State flag flying up there. I'm surprised they don't have it at half-mast. They keep all our flags for half-mast for one stupid reason for another all through the state. I think we had it constantly at half-mast for every person in the entire country that may have or may not have died of COVID. Oh, this is neat. Look at those little doors up there. I'm surprised this isn't an electric fence. Hello, who waves out yonder doors? That's nice. See if we can get a better picture down here. Here's the gates. I wonder if these have always been here. So here's these. These are, I don't know. These look new. Governor's Mansion. Oh, here. This plaque donated by neighbors in 1961. That was it, just Governor's Mansion. That's all they could. They thought, well, somebody should put a marker up front and say what it is. And that didn't happen until 61, and nobody since has done anything. These must be the neighbors. And from what I've seen, even the neighbors are liberal here. Nope, you cannot see anything else. We're gonna walk down here. I had to park at some park and walk up here, obviously, because let's face it, Albany is a crap city. It's just turned really bad. Celebrating 170 years, Immaculate Conception Cathedral. Oh, that must be pretty. So here's another. Oh, here's a good view of it. Again, from this porch. Oh, I like the little roundy part down here. Oh, and there's a thing that says Residence State Education Department. Oh, 1940 somebody put something up. And again, there's a lot of cameras up there. Huh, interesting. Okay, so out front of the governor's mansion, I had a little problem. And it was very real. Two people were coming toward me, well, very close to me. They came up to me, and they were unsavory characters. And if not for the fact that there was a young woman that happened to be suddenly walking by, might have gotten mugged or something. They would have been on camera. I don't know. Maybe they don't care, you know. But somebody walking with a camera, you just call attention to yourself. Wow, I've never seen this before. So I'm gonna go. I learned this in New York City. When you're from somewhere else, go up against a wall and look. Don't stand out in the middle and look. Call attention to yourself as a tourist. So here's the buildings in Albany. And that's called something. Maybe the Egg or something. That's what people like to call those things in every city across America. Wow. Hey, let's go high rise. Huh. Another high rise. Huh. I mean, this city is not that big. It's not like it's far from being a big city. It's smaller than Syracuse and Rochester and Buffalo. It's smaller than every one of those cities, but it's the capital. And so these guys are following me. So apparently this is usually a pond or some sort of waterfall or something. It's a pretty building, you know. And I'm just looking at it from the history of the state that was once a great state, once the seat of almost everything that helped found this country, really. I've never been in the center of Albany before. So, look. I found the Parliament buildings, or whatever the hell they are. I could probably go closer. Honestly, I just want to go to my car. I wasn't expecting to be out of my car for that short of time and then be approached by some people that had bad intent. I mean, they were as close to me as an arm's length. That's two of them. And, oh, golly jeez. They weren't saying anything. They were just kind of grunting at me. And they were assessing what I had on my body. Probably, oh, camera, where's the wallet, that kind of thing, probably. Okay. Well, that's nice. I just want to kind of go back to my car. Oh, there's a little kid playing over there. I wonder what that is. I mean, there's a lot of lights. I wonder if there's, you know, something to go in even on a Sunday, but I don't care. I'm going back to my car. Oh, look at how that just doesn't really have a good, you know, you can see that the planes would take out something like that. Because it's only sitting on that. Oh, that's got a good foundation. It's a big building. That's a skyscraper. Huh, I'll be darned. Interesting. Didn't know they had a couple of skyscrapers in Albany, but now I do. And that's the extent of what I ever need to know about Albany. I am not going to try to find the Hudson River. So, I wasn't out of my car 10 minutes in Albany and almost get mugged. Now, I've got my mace here. After that, I mean, I had it readily available. I was starting to put my hand on it when a passerby showed up. And they backed away because they were like, oh, they're thinking probably, oh, no, there's two people here. I don't honestly think they would have cared that they were on security footage. That's how stupid people are these days, I guess. And rule number 2, never wear red flannel into the middle of a city. Even if it's just a little city like Albany that has a very urban feel in the center. This is a pain patch for my elbow. A homeopathic pain patch for my elbow. But, so that was just disheartening. It just makes me want to go home, you know. I just, not to mention some other weird things, even that I'm looking at right now. Just weird stuff. Scary stuff. And, you know, I walked up, I ended up catching, I turned around and started walking up. The people that were bothering me came directly to me as I then, and they were not saying anything intelligible to me. They were unintelligible to me, okay? Whatever they were trying to say. And so I just started walking away from them. I kind of smiled and kept walking away from them, which is pretty much what I do in situations like that. And so I started walking up fast to catch up with the girl. And I finally ended up looking behind me, and they'd fallen way back and eventually gave up. And by the time I caught up with the girl, then she looks over at me like I'm the problem because she sees my mace, you know, and and I said, oh, you know, those guys were bothering me back there. And she says, oh, I don't pay much attention to things, so I wouldn't know. I wanted to slap her. I mean, I was like 30 years older than her, you know? And people that put young women that put their earbuds in and just swing their ass down the street, I mean, I almost have no sympathy for them because they're so stupid, or because they choose not to pay attention to the fact that there's crime around them, or that they could be victims of crime. You gotta always be aware. Always be aware of your surroundings. And it doesn't matter if people fight for their rights or think they've made great strides in society or whatever. You know, you're still, and right now these days have an increasing chance of getting, you know, raped, mugged, or murdered. I mean, to think that, you know, it's a matter of your own cultural perspective or something, that's just idiotic. So anyway, that was my fun experience with this big city known as Albany. Boy, I really wished I hadn't walked around the Albany Rural Cemetery alone as much as I had. I mean, I knew it was bad, but I've learned from some people that I know that that they actually got out of here because they didn't want to be a victim of a drive-by shooting from where they lived. So, I mean, you gotta love liberal New York State. It's such a beautiful state geographically. But the culture has been killed by progressive politics. Just as a concluding commentary on Albany, as I was sitting there filming, I was looking at this couple ahead of me, and I thought, something don't seem right here, you know. Anyway, it was a hooker in the car with, you know, John, and so such are the beautiful, oh, I guess we know what goes on at the park near the governor's mansion on Sunday. It's pick up a prostitute day. Oh my Lord. Please come back soon. I mean, yeah, that stuff's been going on for a long time, but can you imagine
Take the next right
all this stuff happening right near the right near the governor's mansion? It's just unbelievable. Okay, my final commentary on Albany. You know, as I contemplate everything that I saw in my head, I don't see how they can even keep the governor's mansion open. It should be closed. I know they've got all this money into cameras and security, and if it beeps if you get too close to the gate, you know, kind of like Washington D.C. or something. But that's how stupid, because it's surrounded by so much. It's this little, it's actually not that big of a mansion, and and there it sits in the middle of, I mean, yeah, there's a museum or whatever, the stuff that they tout as being great, but it's really in the middle of Shitsville. That's where it is, and it's not safe. I wouldn't feel safe spending the night there at all. And I mean, it's just crazy. I'm surprised. I bet you nobody really stays there. It's probably just stays there for some sort of historical purposes or just for show. I mean, it just needs to be shut down. It's not any place safe. They need to abandon the cities that they've ruined because they're not safe.